Hello, I'm Freddy Hawk, and today we have another Pauper Classic Tuesday. And decided to play Naya Gates this time. I don't have any content with this deck in my channel yet, so let's try. And I did copy this main deck more or less from I don't remember exactly. I don't know if it was 5.0 or a top 8 Pauper challenge or something, but it had a 4 prismatic strands and 2 journeys on the main deck. And I decided to cut 1 prismatic to 1 more journey because I want more removal for those big creatures, because bolt is just fine, but I don't like bolt as a removal in the format that we have a lot of monster throne and things like that. But essentially the sideboard was, I think it was 4 pyroblasts, but I just took out one, the 4 pyroblasts, because I could not rent the deck because I needed the breath weapons, the dust to dust, the prismatic strands, and also the gates, the Citadel gate, and the Basilisk gate. All those cards are really expensive together. So I decided to cut the 4 pyroblasts. The 4 pyroblasts. I decided to play Siege Smash, which is very good against Nihil Spellbomb and the Relic of Progenitus, because it has split second. Your opponent is gonna try to activate when we try to draw 3 cards or third card on the turn. So you just Siege Smash, and your opponent cannot respond to exile your graveyard, like you Sacred Cats, your Strands, your Snackers, and such, or you Pursue the Pests. So I did this change. I put the Siege Smash. I think I put one more Tribune Charm and one more of those cards that I don't remember. I think I cut one the Safe Keeping, I believe. I think there was no Tribune Charm. I'm gonna be linking as this exact list on the description in the comments, but I don't remember exactly how the sideboard was. But it has Dust to Dust, Guardians, Breath Weapons. He did not have the Siege Smash. Maybe he did not have the Tribune Charm also, but I think he had only 2 breath weapons, maybe. I don't know. But this is the deck. It is playing the Snake Snacker because this card is broken. I think this card is about to be banned. Maybe in August, maybe next month. I don't know. But the deck is very strong. It has Chrysalis with a mid-range playing, and also the tokens. Any token, also the Malevolent Rumble token can be pumped in the Basilisk Gate to attack for 7, 8, and even 10 or more. And this deck is really strong. There's not much to talk about this deck. Recently, they are running Billy Reunion and Melded Moxite. Melded Moxite to draw cards, also trigger the Snacker. Sorry. But also you have a potentially creature on the late game. And Billy Reunion is nice because you can, from nowhere, let's say you have a cat on a graveyard, and you have a Billy Reunion in play, and you have nothing going on, and you have Basilisk Gate. You just pay one white, bring the cat, crack the reunion, the cat gains haste, and you have a bunch of gates in the late game. You just pump the cat for like +6/+6 plus or more, and you just attack it with haste and just end the game. So this is a nice play. I think I'd rather have a 4 bit reunion in that case, maybe, but maybe it's correct to play some Melon Moxide. They both are permanents that you can fetch with the Rumble. Also, Pursue the Past is very strong because it can gain some life, also trigger the Snacker, and have flashback. You can discard. You have a lot of cards to discard to those draw spells. The Own, Pursue the Past, the Snacker, the Prismatic Strands, the Cat, and also and a lot of things going on. So I'm gonna be playing the Pauper Classic Tuesday from today on with this deck, and I'm gonna be showcasing all the matches that I have. If I just lose everything, I'm gonna be showcasing the matches anyway. So if you like my channel, please subscribe, leave a like. a comment, a suggestion about the decks you want to see in the channel. And now let's go to the matches. The first round, we are on a play. We have a okay hand. We cannot trigger this snacker, but we need to find another red or white mana, another gate, any gate. Yeah, this is nice. We have the cat, we have another gate, so we are going. Opponent is gonna have TRON turn 3, which is not turn 3, but yeah, turn 3, but not that much of mana. You have another Basilisk gate, I don't know why. Okay, opponent's gonna have TRON. But next turn, if my opponent plays a big creature, we are in trouble because now we have the Journey, it's very strong. You cannot pressure opponent too much here. Maybe next turn, if you draw, next turn we can Journey and also pump the cat, so it's fine. If my opponent finds a big creature, then another boundaries, two boundaries. Okay, opponent's gonna be drawing cards, but we are pressuring. Okay, we're going to pump, attack for 8. This is little next turn, even if my opponent plays a creature, I guess. We're going to play Outlaw Magic. My opponent's really, like, you know, opponent has no action. Lamar's Rush is gonna be joined into Oblivion, so it's fine, not a problem. I'm gonna win this game if unless my opponent has some kind of a fog effect, but my opponent doesn't. So it's GG. Let's go to game 2. The sideboard wise for the game 2, I just took out all the bolts because they are useless against Monster Strong, and also Prismatic Strands. But you can see Tron, Monster Tron using breath weapons. But I think it is better not to play Prismatic Strands because playing only for breath weapons, maybe my opponents bring 4 breath weapons, 2 main deck to sideboard, I don't know. But yet, I still need something to deal with the big creatures. And I took the 4 bolts, took out the 4 bolts, and I entered with one more um, Journey to Nowhere to have 4, one more Traveling Charm to have some, more removal. We essentially need more removal because my opponent plays a lot of big creatures. And 3, no, I took out more thing. No, I took out 7 cards. Sorry, I took out the 4 bolts and the 3 prismatic strands. So we put in 3 dust to dusts, 1 journey, 1 Traveling Charm because we had 2 on the sideboard. I guess was this. The other 2 cards, I just don't remember exactly what it was. Now I don't remember, but I had something else. Oh, Siege Smash. There was two Siege Smash because you know this deck plays a lot of Relic of Progenitors. I'm gonna go to 6, but opponent also will go to 6. But he's on the play, maybe Tron turn 3 because it's what this deck wants to do. Maybe and now we are facing this expedition map. Okay, we are not doing very well here because we have pressure with the Basilisk Gate, but we don't have removal. We only have 1 cat. We need cats. We need more creatures to kill something big with the Turban Charm. And also, I'm bringing Turban Charm because opponent's playing outside Fangraph, which is fine, but you know, okay, ship this is really bad. We need the dust to dust or we just die. And Chrysalis is fine, but I don't know. We are in a really bad position here. We need the dust to dust for like now. We need to draw dust to dust now because otherwise we lose. We have the mana, but you know, cat's fine. I don't think we have a way to get out of this if you don't draw. We can trade and charm at some point. This kill ship, I guess, because we have a lot of blockers for this Mushroom Colossus. Opponent not stopping drawing big things, which is fine. I guess I'm gonna make a mistake at some point here. I remember I'm gonna take 7, I guess. I don't want to get rid of my Chrysalis right now because if I can activate this Malevolent Rumble and have my Chrysalis being a 5/6, which is really strong because it can trade with the Boulder Branch Golem. And also with Siege Smash, Siege Smash is also good against the skill ship and all the artifact creatures because it destroys the artifact. Another Boulder Branch Golem is really bad. It is what it is. Here, what I tried to do here was like I know I'm gonna be I need my crystals to be big, so I'm gonna lose my creature my tokens anyway. And then I just tried to Seed Smash the kill ship. My opponent is going to trying to Apostle's Blessing it, I think. No. And I sacrifice everything. Yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice everything. So my crystal is trade with the golem. But now I try to Treven Sham. I don't know why my opponent did not just protect the kill ship that is way better than this golem that is the 6/5 and does nothing else. And the kill ship is a 7/7 flyer, so I don't know why. I would have protected my kill ship, but anyway. At this point, my opponent has a big board. Now I have almost nothing. I can try to kill this golem if I draw removal like a Journey to Nowhere and try to race my opponent because I am gaining 5 life, 6 life this turn. Maybe we keep finding gates, I don't know, maybe. It is a risk, but opponent's going to Nuclear Graveyard, which is fine because, oh no, this is fine. I could have just journeyed the Maelstrom Colossus, but I just want to raise my opponent now. I'm gonna gain 6 life. I'm gonna attack for 8. But if my opponent don't stop to draw, did not stop to draw big creatures, we're gonna lose anyway. But it is what it is. It is just it's okay. It happens. Let's see if opponent finds some bonus ornament. No, opponent just find another Colossus, Fire Cannon, and we just concede. Because at this point we have only one cat in the graveyard that we can replay, give haste, but we don't have much else going on. At this point here I could. Opponents would attack. I could have Pursue the Past, try to find another journey, another like maybe even a Dust to Dust could be a thing because still Dust to Dust after Pursue the Past. I know, and I could keep continuing play the game, but my opponent has 2 cards in hand. I don't know if he has nothing there, and I just try to concede to go to the next match, to the next game, the game 3 in case. So let's see the game 3 now. Okay, this is the game 3, and this is a strange hand I kept, but I don't have 2 white now for this Dust to Dust. I don't know. Opponent did not have the TRON easily because he has only one piece and no maps. So maybe now we can pursue the path. This was a mistake right here. Maybe I should not have discarded my another Basilisk Gate. Maybe I should have discarded the Siege Smash maybe, or the not that the Journey could be also a nice discard. But I needed the fourth land. This deck needs a lot of mana to work. But having only one gate is really bad because now I have no pump affection and no pump aggression. Just bad. It's just bad. Um, Maybe it was a mistake to discard that Basilisk Gate, but we are really unlucky here because they have nothing going on. My opponent found the bounders. Now I think I should have just Siege Smash these bounders and not let my opponent draw cards. But it was a mistake. I was just trying to, I don't know why, clocking my opponent for 2 a turn. I don't know if that was correct. No, I don't have any doubt. I'm pretty sure today that I should have Siege Smash that boundaries. Now my opponent's drawing a lot of cards. Still not maps or trons. So this was okay, I guess. Now I should have Siege Smash my opponent's boundaries. I have a journey for the first threat. I can find another white mana. I have 29 life. I have 29 life. So now my opponent's gonna have Tron. And here we are in trouble. Okay, opponent's gonna kill ship again. No, we need to get rid of this boundaries. I don't know why I let my opponent draw this card. This was a mistake, obviously. Okay, gonna check for 3. We have a bunch of life. We need more mana, but we are on turn 7, and we just found 4 of our 20 lands. Now I just lose all the board and lost all my graveyard. I don't have any threats anymore. Snacker, we don't draw any. We didn't find any draw effect. Maybe if I draw the white mana, I should dust the both of the relics, but my opponent has a lot of mana. He would just draw cards. Now we need to get rid of those two creatures, and we have no graveyard at all. I just discarded the Malevolent Rumble. That's better. We found another. I just concede because this is quite maybe this is almost impossible to happen when you have 2 Pursue the Pass plus 9 draws being on a draw, and you found only 5 lands, and you found 3 of your 6 basic lands, and you found only 2 gates, and they happen to be Basilisk gates that you play only 4. This was very unlucky, and we draw 3 crystals, 2 journeys, and 3 crystals, 2 journeys, 2 cats. Let me check here. 2 cats. You drew like 2 copies of something, or a lot of cards, 3 copies of the crystals, and you know this was very unlucky. I think we had a shot here if we find at least one more white mana instead of one of those basilisk gates. We would have the dust to dust. We would have the journeys, the Trebuchet. I think the Trebuchet was a better option to play against this deck. But essentially because we have journeys to nowhere and dust to dust to exile the creatures, not destroying the creatures. So the creatures on the graveyard will be not that as common as they would be. But you still have the Siege Smash to do with the relics, but also can target the creatures. But I think this was a really unlucky. It happens, but it is kind of sad, but it is okay. So let's go to the next round. This is the second round from the PCT, and the opponents on the play is playing a GRIXIS Affinity. This Rick Aldebaran always play GRIXIS Affinity. I faced this guy a lot on this Pauper event, so I'm used to it. So drawing cards, you have a Prismatic Strands on the grave. Your opponent doesn't have any black mana to use this Nihil Spell Bomb. I think we are fine here, pretty fine. We have this Outlaw Magic, also the Malevolent Rumble. Next turn we have Chrysalis. We have a lot of white mana, which is nice. Another Outlaw Magic, but now we're gonna play the Chrysalis. We can sacrifice one token to play the Outlaw Magic. I don't know if we're gonna do that. Maybe we're going to or not. I think we should. I think we should. Maybe this was a mistake. I think I should have the Outlaw Magic out. Maybe I was afraid of Crackling Shaman and Toxinalis, but my opponent just concedes because this was turn 6, and my opponent was on a play, and he played one Coral Spring, two tough casts, and one Reckoners Bargain, and the opponent just draw no more lands, only 2. So 17 cards deep in a 19 or 20 affinity deck that plays 19 to 20 lands. The affinity deck plays, so this was very unlucky to my opponent, and I feel sorry, but I will take it. Let's go to the game 2. Sideboard wise, for the game 2 was out with the Prismatic Strands. I don't know if this was correct because my opponent plays Affinity plays Galvanic Blast, but Prismatic Strands are essentially useless against Karkan Shaman, at least against the the Karkan Shaman alone, because if opponent tries to Toxin Analysis and you just Prismatic Strands in response to the Toxin Analysis, you you force your opponent to start cracking the things, to not lose the opportunity to Karkan Shaman on his own turn. But it is a problem, because opponent's not gonna have to, it's not gonna have the death touch, so it's gonna be harder to deal with the Chrysalis. But at the same point, at the same time, we are facing Nihil spell bombs that are very bad against, or are very good against our graveyard stuff. But I'm not gonna taking out these necklace for example. I just took out Lightning Bolt because it is it is useless against the Mirror Enforcer, and against the Refurbished we just took out one of our cards, and now we have less cards to discard because we are getting rid of our Prismatic Strands. So we need more consistent cards. And I just put the 3 Dust to Dust and 2 Siege Smash because it deals with the Mirror Enforcers and the Nihil Spell Bombs, and one more Johnny. I think it was yeah, I think it was those 7 cards. 3, 1 Nihil, 2 Siege Smash, no, 3 Dust to Dust, 1 Siege Smash, 1 Johnny, and 2 Siege Smash, 1 Johnny, and the other card I don't remember, because those are 7 cards out, and I just don't remember. No, it is 8 cards out because we just took out the Turbine Charmer also. So it is 8. It is Dust to Dust, Journey to Nowhere, 2 Siege Smash, wait, 2 and 2 Guardian of the Guild Pact. Guardian of the Guild Pact because they are not on the sideboard. I just decided to bring in because, you know, Affinity just controls just controls the board with the Karkan Shaman that is red, or the Galvanic Blast that is red, but they also play sometimes the Strato Confection. No, I mean, a lot of times they play Strato Confection. We mulligan into 5 cards, but we are out of this mulligan because we have the draw spells and also the Snacker. Discard the Snacker, opponent doesn't have any Nihil spell bombs, which is fine for us. We're gonna play this and also the cat from the graveyard, I believe. No, I don't. Opponent just consider no. I just dust to dust my opponent, and my opponent had only 2 lands because he lost the land drop from the turn 3, and now on turn 4 he just didn't draw any lands, so he just considered. This is unfortunate because we won this match, essentially being very lucky, being on the curve, playing a dust to dust on turn 3. it's it's pretty lucky, but you know it happens a lot of times, and also happens a lot of times with me being the guy who lost, who just lose lands or lose the entire hand for for a lot of refurbs. This is magic. This is magic. This is magic. And so let's go to the next round, the round 3, and we are playing against. I don't remember if it was a Tron. Yeah, it was a Tron deck. I don't think it was. I remember it now. I think it was a Pingertron. Tron, I guess. Mm. It's gonna be having Tron next turn. The Outlaw Magic. Another gate. Next turn you can start pumping if you want. If you don't find any lands, we're gonna start pumping because we are pumping for 3+3. We're gonna be dealing 6 damage. It's a 3-turn clock. If my opponent did not deal with my all creatures. Okay, this is a Monster Tron. We draw a card. Okay, fine. White mana is very strong here. You gonna play the Chrysalis? Yeah, we're going to play the Chrysalis. It's strong because at some point the Chrysalis is gonna be so big because maybe we find another one, and both is gonna be big, but they can double block a big creature. Maybe opponent just fails to play another big creature. No, maybe this is the worm. Yeah, now we need a journey. We need a journey to nowhere. Okay, opponent's gonna attack. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, opponent. Oh, we need that. We had the journey. We're gonna journey the kill ship, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Nice pump for 9. Gaining a bunch. No, we don't gain any life. Yeah, I just forgot we don't have any life gain. Another kill ship. Opponent's pretty lucky. And now we have a problem. Not a problem. We can get a bunch of some life here. We can play the Malevolent Rumble and also play Outlaw Magic if you want. Yeah, now we attack for 4. Next turn we have Lethal. I don't know why I did this. Because opponent can play another big creature and attack for 7 here. So I block one with the Snacker and block the Worm with the Outlaw Magic to stay alive. Then we have one Snacker and we attack for Lethal, which is going to happen, I guess. Yeah. Why opponent did this? I don't know why. I'm trying to see what the logic my opponent saw in doing this, because now I don't have lethal. It is true. I can double pump, but my double pump is gonna be +8 +8, so it's 10 and 12 because my opponent just gained 5 life. And with that, we don't have the bolt, right? We don't have the bolt is gonna not gonna do anything. We can gain life, but we cannot. We need to block the skill ship in the air, and the worms just tramples over us. So this is a nice situation to think about. Chrysalis is nice also. Attack for 5, and we concede because I could not see a way to stay alive with this. Maybe the Chrysalis was nice because it could just block the kill ship, but we are taking 14 back. If we did not attack, gaining life, we don't stand a chance. But it is what it is. So let's go to the game 2. Sideboard wise for the game 2 was almost the same thing. I did not take out the Turbine Charm. I just took out, and now I not play take out. I not took out all the Prismatic Strands. I just took out 2, and I let 1. And it is my hand right here. You can see, and the 4 bolts. So I just played 3 Dust to Dust, 2 Siege Smash, and 1 Journey. I just not did not bring the a third Turbine Charm because last time I saw that Turbine Charm is kind of narrow against Monster Tron. Like I tried to bring in on the first round. So this is the sideboard. Just Dust to Dust that we found. We found the Dust to Dust, but we had only 1 mana, so you need to mulligan that hand also. We kept a 5 hand. We mulligan to 5, and we are essentially out of this mulligan with double snacker and double posture the pass. This is the strongest thing about this deck, besides the Basilisk Gate pumping life gain creatures. But our opponent's gonna have Tron next turn, maybe playing a Ulamog's Crusher, but we have Johnny. We are really fine now. We have 1 Johnny and 1 Dust to Dust with all the white mana we need. And also Basilisk Gate to start pressure next turn. If opponent does not. If opponent plays only 1 big creature, we're going to Journey. And also Journey is perfect because the Ulamog's Crusher is not an artifact. Essentially, we need the Journey against the Ulamog's Crusher. And now we just pump and start to clocking. My opponent's just dead next turn if he does nothing. Even if my opponent, if we find an untapped land, we can win still. Opponent, Maelstrom Colossus, but he doesn't have the mana, unfortunately for our opponent. Okay, Cannonade? I think this is Cannonade. Cannonade or Breath Weapon anyway. It's fine because we have a Pursuit of Past in the graveyard. We're not going to pump because we need to pursue the past. Opponent is gonna Cannonade. Okay, yeah, it's cannonade budget, but does the job. Does the job. So the pass, discarding the land, also the cat, and another gate. Fine. You have two crystals, opponent bounders, and now another cannonade. It seems. Going to attack, see what opponent does. We don't have the draws to bring back these necklace, but we have those crystals because now we have a lot of tokens to pump also. If opponent decides to, I don't know, maybe score the existence, the crystals. But anyway, and we can even pump the tokens. Opponent just concedes, but we could even pump the tokens. You know, pump a token if opponent needs to remove anything. We just sacrifice or crystals gain, you know, the counters, and we still have little because it's going to be one is going to be a 5/6 and the other one is going to be at 4/5, and it's pretty fine. A pretty good hand. My opponent had no big creatures. No, my opponent had the Ulamog's Crusher on my journey. Only one big creature. Kind of unlucky for our opponent, I guess. But so let's go to the game tree. But I changed something on the sideboard for the game tree. I just decided to leave all the prismatic strands because my opponent seems to be playing 4 breath weapons, and I want my prismatic strands. Also because prismatic strands is just not that bad because we play against the breath weapons or cannonades, and also against Bumbleworm that is green, and it's fine. We just took out the 2 Turban Shamans from the main deck, and 8 cards are 3 Dust to Dusts, 2 Seed Smash, 1 Johnny, and 2 Guardian of the Guild Pacts. So we mulligan this hand. No, yeah, we mulligan because we don't have any gate. We mulligan to 5 again. But again, we have Pursue the Past and a lot of removal. But we still need to find pressure here. Chrysalis is nice, but we just have 2 lands. Now we're gonna Malevolent Rumble. We're gonna find a journey, but we are mana screwed. Land screwed in this case. My Strong Colossus is pretty strong. Map. I don't want to dust the, those 2 artifacts. I could but I don't want. I just want a journey. And we have 2 journeys and have 2 journeys and this opponent's not gonna have much creatures to play to attack us. The white color for sideboard cards are really strong. Dust to Dust is a really strong card. Journey to Nowhere is a really strong removal if your opponent cannot back some artifact, some enchantments hate. Yeah, it's still doing fine. We have red mana or green mana. Opponent not finding any creatures. Kinda unlucky, I guess. Now we can pump a lot of. We can pump a bit. This no, yeah, we're gonna pump anyway because we're gonna Chrysalis first. Maybe opponent's gonna cannonade here. I'm gonna sack all the tokens. No. Yeah, I'm gonna sack the token in response anyway. Just map, it's fine. I just pumped the Chrysalis. No, I was about to pump the cat, but of course I want to attack with the cat. Pump it. Pumping the Chrysalis this has no no reason, no sense, makes no sense. Okay, we're going to pursue the pass, 1 Basilisk Gate. I don't know why I did that. I need more lands. And now, if my opponent plays another artifact creature, I'm just gonna dust to dust the kill ship and the creature. But my opponent is holding something. Or maybe it's really flooded. Going to Malevolent Rumble, reach for a gate, a cat, and I'm going to pass. No, we play Outlaw Medic. Outlaw Medic is very strong against this deck because he survives the cannonade. So it's really strong. And if my opponent wants to kill ship it, we just draw a card. Opponent Bramble Worms, which is fine because we can journey it. And oh, double kill ship. Okay, we can journey and dust to dust and no pumps, just to be free be freed from this pressure. Opponent still attacks for 7. I don't know if that was correct. Maybe our opponent was predicting this dust to dust here. Okay, opponent has only 2 cards in hand. We have 2 more removals. We have a snacker. Here I have a thing to consider. We have 2 gates. Maybe this gate, this cliff gate that we just played the last turn, and we choose green, and we already have a green gate in play. Maybe we should have chosen the blue, and with the another cliff gate, we should play and choosing black. And why? And why I would do that? Because I can play my snacker from the hand. Because I don't have anything to discard to this snacker. So maybe that's a consideration. I was considering doing that before I played the cliff gate. But I played and just choosing white. But white, I have a lot of white. I have 3 white mana right now. 4 white mana because my manor gate, that is a green gate, is generating white. Green and white. And all my Citadel gates are generating Boros colors and white or red. So I guess it was a situation to choose blue and green, blue and black to those 2 cliff gates. But now it's too late. I just decided to. My opponent has a 3rd kill ship, which is pretty crazy. Which is pretty crazy. 3 kill ships, fine, because they can journey the another worm. No, the ant, the general's ant. We just opponent just trying to find something, another relic. Okay, we have prismatic strands. We pump again. 17. It's a Megazord of a magic, not just a magic, but a Megazord magic. Opponent drawing cards and playing another general's ant, gain 3 life. We have another journey. Probably the opponent's gonna concede to this journey because we pump 2 times and opponent concede the game. I don't. It did not have did not appear on the box, the text box here, but you can just see here that I win. But opponent just concedes here because the pump attack for 17 again. But that was a consideration, guys. When you have all of your colors, you have 1 green mana at least. You have like 3 whites, well, 3 white and red source. You play some gates, 1 gate at blue and 1 gate at black to play as necklace from the hand because you don't have any kind of you know any kind of discard draw that discard a card. So this was the last round we played because we did not make for the top 4. Unfortunate, I end up 2-1, but 2-1 was not enough to get in the top 4. I guess I got the 6th position, and with the same points at the 5th position, and also the fourth place. So this is a competitive Pauper event. You see Monstertron, GRIXIS Affinity. We see Mono Blue Fairies, Blue Black Fairies. We see White Winnie. We see Mono Red Madness. We see only competitive decks. Like 90 to 95% of the decks are competitive. So I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of the meta game of the report we have from this PCT. So as you can see here, Mono Blue Terror just got the trophy, just won the entire thing. The second place was a mid-range Gond. I think it is a deck that want to play a mid-range playing with the Midnight Guard combo. Pretty pretty nice idea. Gotta try sometime. At some point, gonna try to play this. The one of those red green trons that we met. Another green tron. It's 1 mono blue terror, 1 gond combo, and 2 trons. And we have the mono red rally and monster tron. A lot of trons that day. Mono White, in fact, this is just deluxe coif that he likes to play a lot of, you know, new brews, cool new decks, his invention. So it's really nice, really fun. Also, I think it was a White Winnie here, and the Midnight Combo, my deck, the Naya Gates, I just ended 2-1. Another Demonstration, Grew Tron, I guess. This was one of I won, one of the guys I played against. Joined White Fire, the Mono Blue Terror, GRIXIS Affinity, and another Tron. A lot of Trons, but we have Affinity, Mono Blue Terror, we have White Winnie, we have Naya Gates, we have Joined White Fire, just one of the best decks. White Winnie, we have some brews, Mono Ride Rally. This is a pretty diverse meta game. Maybe we have a lot of Trons, but we have a lot of competitive decks also. So this was the Pauper Classic Tuesday from this week, and I see you in the next video.